Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The good news is that I wasn't banned yet, and gatekeepers of the truth did not send me anywhere yet. Well, I had to attend some meetings and some business to take care of. So I've done a little bit of a traveling this weekend, and I had a little incident during my travels, and I will share that with you. It's not here to complain about my misfortune during this trip. It's just to exemplify how things work sometimes. Unfortunately, even when you try to fly around the country. I didn't leave the country, so it was not something that required international flights. It was domestic flights, which is in the United States of America. So I had to, change some flights here and there, and obviously, it seems like a lot of things here in this great country of the United States of America, things crumble. This did not happen to me the first time, and it will not be the last time. But as I say with the meetings, if you schedule a meeting, that's the whole purpose of scheduling something, so you can, arrange your schedule in such a way so you can attend that meeting. Therefore, when let's say the meeting was scheduled for noon, then at noon, all the parts should be over there, everybody, or the parties. Nevertheless, so I traveled by plane, and I had to unfortunately land in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. And I lost the connection. Why? Because the plane, if you can imagine, landed when it was supposed to land, the time, but then we were waiting on a tamarack or whatever the plane. We could not get off the plane for about, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes, about 40 minutes. Well, that was enough for me to miss the connection. So I went and I spoke with, how should I call them, to airlines personnel trying to fix something, and obviously I had to spend the night in Chicago, which I didn't like a bit. I could have driven to my location, but the thing is, I took the plane. So let me show you early pictures here, and this would be one of my little, planes that I was about to embark, if I remember correctly. And this is another picture of that little plane. And then this is the person I had to deal with. I'm not doing this to get her in any trouble or anything like that. I don't know her name. I don't know who she is. She was just trying to do her job. My point in all this is that her job was not helpful. Not her job. The whole thing was not helpful whatsoever. And I said, you know what? This happened too many times already, and I don't know if it's something that how should I put it, becomes more common. It's they couldn't hold the other plane, they couldn't do anything, and when I got over there, they said, well, after I lost the connection, she said that it was not their airline's fault, because the airplane landed in Chicago the time the plane was supposed to land. So it was not their fault, but it was the controller's fault. So she called the controller, she called to see what's going on, and said, well, screw you. I said, okay, but out of all this, that's only one person here who is screwed, and that's me. And I didn't screw up anything. I signed a contract with you, I have another connection with you, and I missed that connection because of some other people. Now I have to stay here overnight in Chicago. So who's paying? What am I going to do about it? She said, well, it was not our fault. She said, it was not of our fault because you landed. We took you to the city. We landed on time. It was not our fault that you did not get out of the plane, to catch your connection. But I said, yeah, but my contract was with you. Oh, well, it's the controller's fault. It's a government or something. And I said, well, my contract was not with the government. It was with you. It was an airline. So you were supposed to get me out of that plane on time. And you didn't. Well, she said, well, it's not. If you read the contract, which probably is like this, and I don't think anybody who's reading any contracts, it says that we are not liable of anything because of this kind of situations, because it was not our fault. It was the controller. We couldn't get you to the gate, because the controller did not allow us. Because something happened somewhere, they said. We couldn't figure out what happened. I think they said, but I think it was something with the container that was something blocking the way. So we were waiting in a plane. I said, okay, but I didn't make a contract with the controller. I didn't make a contract with the government. It's not Biden's fault. It's me and you. Well, we cannot do anything about it, she said. All we can do is just provide you with a phone number, and you call the blah, 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 like the controller, I know, the airport, something like, and maybe, I said, yeah, but right now is the time as it is, and I'll be, you're gonna come up, okay. What am I gonna do here? It's evening. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna spend the whole thing here. Who's paying? I didn't make any mistakes. Who made the mistakes? The mistake. The controller. Well, from previous times when I thought that things function right, and it's not just a smoke screen of, you do this and this is the policy, I made the phone calls and nobody answered, and you don't solve the problem in, 20 minutes, so you have a hotel in the area. No, nobody's gonna answer. You maybe leave a message or maybe you get a number, and maybe that number you call back and you see, and maybe you pursue your thing, and maybe in 5 years they're gonna tell you, sorry, we can't do anything about it. It happened to me when I had more time and more heart to do it. So when she said, this is the phone number you can call, I said, don't bother. And I said, I know it's not your fault, you as a person, but my deal is, I made a deal with you, and now I get screwed. This is not my fault. Who's paying for this? Who helps me out of this? Nobody. So, not of my fault, I had to spend a night in Chicago, obviously, with some help and so on. I succeeded in having everything solved. I didn't have to pay any money, but it was a different story. That's a different, my engagement and so on helped me with that. The problem was this issue of someone's fault, but you are going to be hurt. So you're going to be hurt, but and someone fucks up, but no, it's this kind of inability to reason, caught in the middle of whatever time that was in the evening, tired, irritated, obviously, of all this thing, and having to deal with this person here who was doing her job, a very, very hard job, dealing with angry people, or so on. So I was thinking, what the hell? Now what am I supposed to do? But what was I supposed to do? Call over there and try to solve the problem? There were, I don't know how many people that lost connection. Do you think that it was like 1,000 people waiting for us to answer the phones and solve our problems and get us immediately, you're Cosman, okay, we're going to get you to Hilton or something? No. I know from previous experience how things work, and that's, you need a full job for about a full-time job for about a month to solve a problem of this kind of magnitude. My point is this: they screw you, and you can't do anything at that point. You just stay over there. What are you gonna do? Anyway, here it is. I'm back in business, and I had a good time where when I went. I met some great people, and I thank them for all that. Now we're going to talk about what's happened in this 3-4 days since I've been gone, and I'm ready to go full force. So see you in a minute with some videos. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.